it's your man, the Afro Rican Orlando Crespo. Guess what? Giving you the rice and beans. Know what I mean? With a slime.
Hey, you know who it is? Your boy Cali Park Shug. It was a little paint, but it ain't good see for this reason.
Yes.
We got one of our folk up in there. Y'all can notice. We got a difference around it. We done came up in the Chef's Palace.
That's right.
Tell the people who you is.
Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Chef Flyy 2 Ride, man. Holla at your boy.
What up, though?
This nigga's intro weakest out every time. It's the 18th. Or he just started speaking. Well, let me give you a word the other day.
You hit it
real
right.
quick. That's what it is. God damn.
Hey,
I don't like the energy already.
I'm just saying though, man.
You fool?
yeah.
Oh, we about to talk about that. We about to talk about that. So
He gets you real quick. They
Yeah.
said all that.
ladies and gentlemen, this might be a lazy show because we had just been fed.
You did.
Right. We didn't talk about why we came over here to eat.
So
Fed good.
I guess we getting into it, man. I got an event planning company, and I also happen to be a chef. Chef Flyy is the name. You can catch me on IG on all platforms. Chef Flyy with 2 Y's, and name of my company is Big Homes Cuisine. And yeah, I do meal prepping as well. I mean, you name it, man. I do it, man. You name it, I can cook it. I'm here to please the folk, man.
You definitely pleased the shit out of me today.
Always so.
I don't even play the game, so yeah, that's on y'all.
Always. I told him, we came up here one other time, man. He cooked up some shrimp. I don't even like shrimp. He said, hey, man, just try it. You ain't got to like it, just try it. Man, I came back and cleaned the rest of that plate off with them shrimp.
Hey, man, that's what I do, man.
What else he had plated up over there?
Man, he had
And
some
lamb.
that lamb.
Lamb
Yeah, he
chop.
had the lamb chops. What was that? The carrot.
Yeah, very well
Oh,
capitalized.
man.
Hey, I had oxtails one time over there too.
Oxtail.
Yeah, he had an
Yeah, I was over. Yeah, I was over.
Well, I have.
I was over.
Yeah. No gravy left behind.
Take us back to the beginning.
How I got into chefing.
Yeah.
So I was in the airline industry. Long story short, I was thinking of a way out, and when I bought this nice spot we in, I was having a lot of day parties with females, and all the girls were saying, "You need to be a chef." And I was like, "Man, I've been hearing that since I was a kid." Being so, I always was throwing parties, house parties, all that, man. We used to throw this thing called Sipping Saturday, me and my cousins. So, well, there goes another Michigan guy. Anyway, and this is how we do, man. This is
On the fly.
This is how I go, man. My fellas just walk in, man. Ain't nothing to say about that.
Going back to the story.
But I'll throw parties at the house, man, Sipping Saturdays, man. And long story short, my mom owned the event planning company, and I grew up around this all my life, so it was just like second nature, you know what I'm saying? But the key element of all this was some of my closest friends were actually premier chefs in the industry. I always been around food, and my partners at the time are real chefs, you know what I'm saying? So I went and talked to them, we sat down, and it was just like, "We thought you'd have been a chef." I was like, "What? Y'all ain't never said nothing to me." And then it went on from there, man. And then I was just like, if I'm gonna take this school thing serious as an adult, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing about, man. People want to go back to school, but the reality is, and as an adult, man, you got real life situations going on. You know, you might have children, you might have, a roof over your head or whatnot, and some stuff. The reality is you got to make a sacrifice. And so my whole sacrifice is, if I go to school, I got to get straight A's, and I can't get left behind. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a plan that I want to carry out. And hey, I stayed up on the honors list. I did I ended up in the hospital a couple of times going through this whole ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lack of sleep for a couple of years, like working out for like 3 hours worth of sleep every day going to school. But I graduated top of my list, And
That's what's up.
when I was in school, I opened up Big Homies Cuisine. And at the age of 40, I go ahead and say it, I retired from Delta Airlines. And
Okay.
my company is out here thriving, man. You know?
Okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I saw the plan, I carried it through, man, and that's it right there, man.
You make. I watch you. I follow you on all platforms, and you make some dishes, bro. Like I just seen you put some things together. I'll be like, yo, I need to go knock on the door. You know what I'm saying? What made you say this is it? Like, a lot of people can cook,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But you do some things. Like we all have a little competition every now and then. He's never included for this reason.
Right. There's no competition.
It's not. So we make him a judge. You know, that's what we do. We make him a judge. You know what I'm saying? But like, I watch you prepare meals, and I watch you, go through the whole the process. And like I was saying before, a lot of people can cook, but what you do, man, like you cook with feeling. You know what I'm saying? But what made you decide like this is it? Like, cause you put it all on the line. We need you talking to Mike.
My bad. I don't know, man. I think it's got to be Eddie, man.
Yeah.
Really, man. And the thing about it is, by me going to school, I hang with a lot of chefs. So it was just like, I hear people say that they won't tell people their recipes.
Right.
Like, nah, bro, that ain't the game I'm in.
Right.
You want to tell folk the recipes, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the key to it. Like, I hang with a lot of chefs, and we pass recipes along. My mom passed recipes, but at the same time, the thing about cooking is you cook. And when I say that, meaning is I have an outline with a recipe. That doesn't mean I use that recipe to a T.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I doctor it. So hers and his might not taste like mine, but yet it tastes similar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the way I was taught was to emulate a dish. So I have knowledge of what goes on in Asia and what goes on in Jamaica that I might not make it like your grandma make it,
Right.
but it's still gonna feel like your grandma cooking it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way I can sprinkle my season on it. That I don't want to make it like that,
Right.
but I want to make it somewhere close to that.
Signature dish.
Signature, all the time.
Chef Flyy.
It's heavy. And look, y'all gotta see the presentations too.
Oh, I took some pictures of that.
Yeah, you make it look good.
Yo, like I said, y'all, we kind of lazy today. I just had
look good.
Flintstone turkey leg.
Yeah, I'm on my Flintstone shit.
Yeah, right.
You know, big steaks, big turkeys and shit.
Jerk turkey leg.
Mike, let me ask
It
you
ain't
this.
dried out either.
Nah, well, let me ask you this, Mike. What was it about you to step away from a job you had been on for so long and to step out on faith based off of your cooking skills? What was it that said, you know what, I got something here, so I'm gonna use this as my vehicle and step away from what got me to this point?
So I had that plan, right? So this was the plan, but initially my brother did it. He stepped out on faith. So I was just pretty much looking at my surroundings. My brother did, and earlier this year, my cousin here, a year younger than me, and he did it. And it was just like, a couple of my partners were like, man, it's in your DNA because everybody around you are entrepreneurs. So it was like, I wasn't going to the job but 3 days out the week. So I really was just, you know, like I said, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This is like, and so when April came and I stepped out, because of this COVID, I started flourishing, and it was just like, you know what? I don't think there's no need for me to go back, man, because I'm wasting my talent doing that when I could just be putting it all on myself. And the thing about making, I learned how to, I know what the process of how to make money for a long time, but I know what money is. Money's just a tool. You know, it's just like a screwdriver. So I don't have to have $1 billion to live. You know what I'm saying? That might be a want. That's not a need, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And I live comfortably. I don't have any children right now, but at the same time, it's, like I said, I know how to make money. So it's just like, man, I can go ahead and do this by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to live a lavish outlandish life over my means and stuff like that. Like, nah, I'm good. So it's just like, I can do this, you know. With my family saying they back me, that's all I need, you know.
I got a quick question. To go to school,
Right.
I mean, we see a lot of chefs out there. To hold that title, do you think you would need a formal education to be labeled a chef, or just be passionate about that and they call you chef out here in the streets? Or?
So technically in the chef realm, there's only two ways to become a chef. You become an understudy, apprentice, or you go to school. That's it. Now, people call themselves chefs. If they haven't, I don't disagree with them calling themselves chefs, but at the same time I work hard for that hat, and I know it's a lot of people. And I was in a French school, which is military style. I don't know if a lot of y'all know how schools, how the culinary world is set up. Is like, man, this shit's the Navy, bro. Yeah. Well, you getting down there with goddamn toothbrushes and scrubbing floors and doggone shining brass pipes. This is real shit. So that you're gonna get humbled real quick if you go into a French culinary school. Because I went to the Cordon Bleu and they ain't play them games. You gotta be super white, carpet on, super white, shoes shining to a T every day. You know what I'm saying? If the shit just got that wrinkle in it, go iron that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the thing about it is it's structure, and it teach you about whole character. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
Do they talk about punctuation, being on time?
Oh, absolutely. You're in class.
Of course.
Oh, you got inspection all the time.
You getting out. What are you coming for?
Hold on, man. I'm not shot.
We ain't got the board, but I heard it.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
It was a shout, bro.
Right.
I don't know who was geared towards.
Keep looking over.
Who was geared towards?
Hey, Chef, what could you tell the audience? What's the difference between a sous chef, a line cook, an executive chef?
So you know,
tiers.
you got a saucier who makes the sauce. The sous chef is pretty much under the general manager, which is the executive chef. Right. So they run the day-to-day. The executive chef runs the overall. You know, so like I hear that if you probably heard about people getting inspected and having particular numbers on refrigerators and stuff like that. That's supposed to be the sous chef is supposed to go over that, and the executive is supposed to come in and collect that data like at the end of the week. So it's like, if you ever watch any of those shows and see that this particular establishment is going under, it's because of the executives. It don't have nothing to do with the people at the bottom. It got to do with the chefs. The chefs are supposed to be paying attention to all their equipment on a daily basis. In a restaurant, everything is supposed to be washed down every day at night. You know, so if you hear anybody getting this particular average B, these grades that these restaurants have, blame it on the chefs. You know, so yeah, you got
responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility, but that's what they signed up for, though, man. That's what they signed up for. And you got a saucier who makes the sauce. You got the line chef who's over the line itself. So yeah, it's different steps, it's different stages, but most people want to be the executive chef.
Right.
That's it in a nutshell. But everybody can't be because of those tasks right there.
How, when you preparing a meal, how many times or how often do you take chances just based on how something tastes to you?
Nah, I practice.
Okay.
So it's not everything come with practice, man. So you know, being a good basketball player like LeBron, you got to practice. So I practice every day. But the thing about it is, the difference between my practicing now to my practicing in school is I was forced, of course, but now it's for fun. But the thing about it is, I know what flavors go together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I try to bend the palate every now and then, but for the most part is I practice though. I don't give somebody something I haven't tasted before. who already tried out. So even the dish that you had, I've tweaked it that it's gonna come out perfect every time. I don't even have to, put stuff on the scale or anything like that anymore, man. I know it. I cook, but I've already done this dish enough time. By the time you got it, shit, it's mastered already. Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know I did.
I'm trying to stay awake. Would you consider opening a restaurant?
I am considering
Okay.
opening up a restaurant. But right now, with COVID going on, I'm more hesitant to do because everything's up and down right now, and we need some type of level playing field. And I don't want to waste my money on something that, even though I feel like it will win, it's no certainty in anything. But right now, it's just
A lot of uncertainty.
It's a lot of uncertainty going on, man. Because every day we wake up wondering if we can go back outside because they might close it down again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't want to do that right now.
Okay.
You said restaurant.
Yeah.
What have you ever considered putting Big Homie's Cuisine on wheels? How you think about this food truck thing?
I thought about it when I was in
I
school.
noticed a
but
lot of that.
I do too, but see, the thing about food trucks is you can't be in a set place, or they don't want people in a set place every day. So you got to be moving all around. So let's just say I got a good clientele in Buckhead. I can't be in Buckhead but two days out the week. So, I will have to like do some door dashes and stuff like that, man. And that might take away from my sales too. You know what I mean?
I thought you could purchase permits or something for certain spots or whatever like that.
I'm not sure about that because Atlanta, not the surrounding
The laws are different.
The laws are different, and then some of them only want you like strippers. They only want you right here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't go outside the city if you get a permit with them.
Let me ask you something. Atlanta's booming right now, and you know where the hot spots are.
Right.
If you were to have a food truck, what would be some key locations you would sell?
That's kind of hard, but I'll finish that strip club.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
The strip club, man. I got a formula though, man. I'll probably talk to the owners of the establishment
Sure.
and try to just set up something, man. Once over anything.
Even me thinking about your stuff on the food truck, to me, is a disservice.
But that's why I went to do it.
Because your
my
food
whole-
is not like
my-
food truck.
My brain is a lifestyle brain.
Right.
And so I want you to feel the ambience and everything when you hit my food because I'm fly. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing about being fly. But I want to bring this lifestyle
Sure.
to somebody. So when they walk into my establishment, they'll see the chandeliers, they'll see the big glass wines, and they'll taste and smell something that they've never had before.
I like the vision.
Yeah. Hey, look at this
So,
hat.
I'm invited.
Come on, look at this hat. Right. Just like food truck. Right.
No,
Nothing about his hat says food truck. No.
I think it would thrive. though.
What's your signature meal? Let's say you got a date, right? And you know, I mean, of course, everything you cook, you would say you got a signature with it. But what's something 9 times out of 10, if you go to, that's it. She writing on your car if you leave her.
I don't know, man. Okay.
Yeah.
I go with a salmon patty with Parmesan for a starter. Then I clean up. We'll have to clean up palate with a little soup. So after we do that, I let the wine come on out, and we gonna surf and turf that thing, man. Lobster tails, but the turf is gonna be some, you know what I like to do, man, some lamb chops. We ain't gonna do regular old steak. You know what I'm saying? And have some mac and cheese now and then, man, lay on there, man, you know, nicely.
Right.
You know, some biscuits.
Look.
Hey, that's just all good.
Right, he done screwed all our games. I don't even want to cook no more.
Right.
Getting wet.
Now that's a pause. That's a pause. This dude tripping. This dude is tripping.
That's what's up. Hey, chef, what chefs out there do you mess with out there like that? That inspire you for different ideas.
Oh man.
Studio audience.
I don't know, man.
Studio audience.
Studio.
I don't know, man. I really, shout out Chef Baldo, man. That's the homie, man.
Shout out.
I don't know who really just inspired me. My mama inspired me, man, because my mama was the one who got me in this cooking world.
Like G Garvin and
That's my cousin. Shout out to G too. Yeah, real family.
Shout out.
Okay, shout out.
So a lot of my peers, are no name chefs. Now I mean like that they're not big names.
Right.
They definitely inspire me, man. So my partner Ross, man, who I cook with, and my partner Schmidt, who I cook with, man. So it's my partner, man. It's my little peer group I cook with on the daily one who really inspired me, man.
Who that?
Now we all different though. No. We all different, man. Everybody got a face. Everybody brings the flavor. My partner Ross, at the end of the day, he cooks everything. But his sculpt game is off the chart.
His what?
Sculpting game.
What's that?
He sculpt fruits.
Yeah. Sculpting.
Yeah. So
That's what he said.
That's what he sounded like. I said.
Well, that's what he said.
Go ahead. I ain't gotta do it.
So
I ain't gotta do it with him. He mad at me today.
First of all, let me just take a pause real quick. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, man. We got words, but I did say sculpt.
Hey, I found out Dom is a word you just throw in.
That's a new to me too. I ain't heard that.
My son and brother just said Dom. I'm like Don, huh? And he just went with that. And then somebody actually okayed it. So
He the police, he can do whatever he
I
wants.
guess
It
so.
was Southern dialect. I went and I changed it for you Northerners.
I mean, you be on us so much. We'll do that.
That's why I changed. That's why I changed.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. We sculpting. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, most of the people I cook with, they inspire me, man. That's
cool.
Good. But like I'm saying, man, Chef Ross, he sculpts. I got another partner, man, that even though I'm a grill master, his smoke game is off the chart. Like he got so many different smoking equipments, and we were peers. We cook together. We're a team.
We y'all talking to Mike? Said we.
That work for you.
I mean, yeah.
Damn, man. Rap is still an ass, y'all.
Still?
Even if you give us some food,
You know,
man.
it's so crazy. If I didn't say nothing, he was gonna get you.
I was waiting. I'm being
It's
real
cool.
patient.
Y'all I'm with it. I get it. It's all good. I got the same personality.
Hey, let me ask you something. I hear a lot of different stories about what you're supposed to do with chicken.
Yeah.
Clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Break this down, Mike. Yeah, break it down.
So, all right. I think what it is y'all. The people say the word wash. That is incorrect. You cleaning the chicken, but when they're saying is you poultry. You can get E. coli on poultry. So if you put it in some regular water, it's possible you could contaminate it. So you would want to put a citrus, an acid in there that'll clean it, which will be a citrus, a lemon, a lime.
That's what I use.
They don't include that in the conversation. So you think they say, why you cleaning that? Why you doing it like that? Because if you look at these tapes, these folk really be taking soap and cleaning the chicken, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So you, at the end of the day, you don't know what folk doing in the kitchen. But if you take the citrus, you can clean some essentials, a lemon or lime, you can clean your chicken. It's simple as that. But the thing about it is the contamination can come from just touching your sink
Mhm.
because you probably didn't clean your sink
Right,
down.
right.
The water itself could be contaminated if you don't put a certain, you know what I'm saying, certain item in it. It can be contaminated. It can, therefore, you can get E. coli. It's poultry is very funny, man. But at the end of the day, like basically, if you don't put acid in there, you can contaminate it. And like I said, if you put it in the sink, it spreads. So that's why they say they don't want you putting it in your sink or doing a certain thing. But they're leaving out the key format is put a lemon and lime in there, you good to go. You know, it's simple. You know, we clean it. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But it's just when you say, "Do you wash this?" 9 times out of 10, it's already been cleaned. That's why they say, "Do you clean steak? Do you clean any of your other meats?" I do. I still cut it down.
Yeah.
I trim everything, but it's just the fact that your whole area needs to be sanitized before you go ahead and do it.
And I'm sure they teach you that in culinary school off the rip. All
Facts.
about sanitation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Off the top.
Well, check this out. Can you explain to us what cross-contamination is?
So cross-contamination pretty much is you cook. Let's say you cut up a chicken, right? You use the same board for a fish. You don't eat chicken, or you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't eat fish.
Right.
That's cross-contamination. That can come in one form. Or another form is you using the same silverware to cut that and use that. My bad.
I was just about to say.
It's all good, man.
I caught it that
Hey, my bad.
You good.
So you use the same silverware, cutting another item when you need to clean it. So everything comes with cleanliness. You have to consistently clean. You can't use the same item and cut the same item. It's pretty much like when you're on the grill and you got a fish down. You don't need to put it on the same thing you put a steak
I think
down.
it was a video. It was around where dude had like hot dogs and chicken. Anyway, that's the
You don't let nobody hear
He
that.
gonna edit that. He gonna let that. He did that part out.
not your studio. It's not your.
Say he'll do that shit.
Yeah, I think it was a video around, dude.
Hey, speaking of grilling, you're a grill master. Can you tell the world that you cannot, fire won't kill everything if you're on a public grill? You just pull up to a park or something like that and slap your food on there.
Nah.
I hear people say, the fire kill it. The fire,
The same
Would
sanitation
you like-
style comes with
sure,
get you a lemon, you a lime, onion.
Who these people?
it happens. They do this for slap food on a grill that's been out there since the park was built.
I believe it though. Yeah, man.
So you would apply like a citrus, maybe some foil.
Yeah.
A little
I
for protection.
personally don't want to cook on nobody else.
Right. But I mean,
But
in general,
yeah, I know exactly what you mean though. But I clean mine down like that, man. Some citrus and some onion on a consistent. Then I got a grill clean up strictly for the grill. But yeah, most definitely.
Go ahead, you got something.
Nah, I don't.
Oh, all right. Pairing, as far as like wine and meats and things like that.
So my go-to is a blend.
Okay.
So let's just say you don't want something sweet and you don't want something too bitter. So a blend normally has both involved, and normally with red.
Right.
So I mean that's my go-to, a blend anytime because it helps both palates. Especially you know you got a girl who likes some sweet stuff. Most of the time women drink dessert wine.
dessert.
So you know incorporate, and then they're gonna think you fancy too. Like, ooh, we know what you're doing.
Chef Flyy.
You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
So, Chef, white wines go with fish and red wines go with meat.
They go with meat.
Or is that a bit? Can you just do whatever you want?
But the thing about it is, it depends on the type of bread you have.
So bread makes the difference.
Bread makes the difference. So if you're going with a croissant, you want white. Potatoes, white. But the thing about it is, the meat you could do white with fish. But for the most part, when you're doing beef, lamb, any on the red meat,
Red meat, yeah.
you would want a red wine.
Where y'all finding these women? Because the women I get, they want Henny.
Tito. Got a Julio.
Oh man, I ain't gonna do that.
Please don't shoot me.
I had to catch myself. You know what?
I'm lying. I'm going over the joke. I'm lying.
Please, I ain't gonna take a bullet for you, brother. Tell Sean he ain't shit.
They already know.
Shout out.
Man.
Oh man. But Mike, you also, man, you dabble in another hobby of yours, man, that you're well versed in.
Hold on. Before we say seconds.
You can have that one because you, both of y'all are versed in that anyway.
I watched you go through a lot. Sickness, you know what I'm saying, stress, everything to become this chef. What would you tell a guy at this point, let's say he's 21, and he want to get into it? What would be your advice to him? Or woman?
Relentlessness. Do it. If that's what you want to do, it. Everybody gonna say you gonna fail. Do it.
Do
Hell yeah.
You don't know until you try.
Nope.
it. You gonna mess up some food?
Hell yeah. Shit, you gonna mess the egg class?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they gotta take what?
That nutrition class.
That nutrition class you threw out, but that egg class, that's the first class they gonna go through. Oh hell, they gonna hate eggs. Nigga, I don't even give a damn if they're vegan, vegetarian, whatever. They don't hate eggs. I don't care if they eat eggs, they don't hate eggs. Oh, that egg class?
That's serious.
It's that serious. Because you know, you got a lot of eggs, you can make some eggs so many type of ways. And so, yeah, that egg class is gonna be it. And then it's gonna be the first class. Because you gotta master egg before you master anything.
So relentless.
Relentless, yeah.
What can people find you, Mike?
At Chef Flyy 2 Y's, that's on IG, and then follow Big Homes Cuisine everywhere. And then I got a platform on YouTube called Live from the Porch, man.
Yes.
Where we go live, man. We talk that talk, man. We get into it. It's a little risque sometimes, man, but it's needed, man. We just have fellowship out there. So these brothers definitely been on. You know, they're welcome to come back anytime.
Appreciate that,
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I get hungry. I'll be back when I get hungry. I don't need it.
I'm gonna put a menu down or something. Can we get this stuff here?
Hey, man. Yeah. I do everything, though, man. But at the end of the day, man, I'm an event planner, man. So, you know, I do it all, man. And then I have a company with 15 employees, so, you know.
That's what's up.
What's the name of that? Like,
Big Homes Cuisine.
Oh, all that. Okay.
Everything is under Big Homes Cuisine. Yeah.
You were saying you do something else?
Yeah, both of y'all well versed in. I'm learning from both of y'all from the cigars.
Well, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm finna take a hiatus for it, man.
Yeah, you got to. It's all right though.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely versed in that cigar life, man. I've been smoking cigars since I graduated high school though. My 18th graduation.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So I got plenty of cigar books. Yeah, man. I've traveled the world picking up cigars and sampling. But I do have a favorite brand. AJ Fernandez is definitely my favorite brand out there. And my father's cigars. Jaime Garcia. Y'all can get y'all one of that.
Y'all want a room?
Guy, he's fly and he's
Jeez.
right. He a master roller too.
There might be one over there. Oh yeah, there's some other stuff over there.
Oh man.
It's just great for me. No sir.
Yeah, man. But yeah, since I was my 18th graduation, man, my first cigar was a Cuban. And me and my partners, we all shared it. And it took us about a week to knock that out. But man, we had always been into the Rob Report. So it was just like, hey, it come with the lifestyle. Well,
Speaking of cigars, last week I think we hung out. I saw an egg for the first time.
Oh,
Man, humidor.
what?
Well, oh, I was there.
Yeah. Oh, you can't wait. I must have left.
Yeah, yeah. Twin came and had that. He showed us that area.
He smoked.
No, he didn't smoke.
Nah, he didn't smoke it. Nah, but we were there. He put it in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you saw this egg, or you could Google it, it looks like a sweet potato.
Right.
It looks just like a sweet potato. And how would somebody eat it?
I wouldn't even indulge.
Right.
That's
But he
the-
said he said that before I saw it. He was like, Mike, I wouldn't even smoke that thing. I don't, you know. And then when he came out, I was like, oh, nah, me neither.
You born here,
Right,
not in GA.
right,
So you've been here for 40 years.
right.
How have you seen your city grow just in the past, 40 years, I guess?
Small town that loved to party to a big town that loves to party, but initially everybody was from Atlanta. When I was growing up, some part of Atlanta, either be the south side, east side, north side, west, but now it's a lot of people who are immigrants who are here, and they from Detroit, they from New York.
Oh my God.
And they both bullies. Oh, they on the screen right there, goddamn.
They on the screen right now.
No, but for real though, it was a small town, and in this small town, they had 4 black schools, 4 black colleges that everybody came to for over that I know of my lifetime. But a lot of those students didn't leave, and they told their friends, and they were able to get their friends and family to move down here. So I blame the AUC for our troubles, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won't leave. But now, man, but that's really it though, right
Damn
now.
freak me.
They're freak. Well, they stayed because of Free Nick.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But they was here doing Free Nick. But that's really it though, man. It's a lot of people moved here, man, from up north. I know that many West Coast people moved out here, but for the most part,
Editors.
I said this many. I know this many.
Editor.
Not saying they not here.
San Diego and the Bills,
man. Yeah, but it's become a big city, man. I don't think the Olympics was that impactful like Freaknik was, truth be told.
I could agree with that.
I mean, Freaknik, I was 17.
But you weren't here.
That's what I'm saying. So the Olympics, that's 96.
See, but you gotta understand,
Yeah,
the Olympics, the Freaknik had been going on since 1989. And 94 might have been its highlight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mid-90s,
mid-90s, yeah.
Then they died around 96, 97.
They died after
Right.
97.
Yeah.
96, you know,
97.
because 96,
Yeah.
the Olympics and it was at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Freaknik got everybody coming out here.
Shit, I remember cats leaving school early to go to Freaknik.
Say word,
Skipping class.
I was one of them. 9th through the 12th, boy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what I said was housing. Like, we come down here, visit, and then when you get to going around a little bit, and you see these mansions, bro, and they tell you they only $100,000. You're like, why would I not come down here? Like, it's a lot of opportunity down here, bro. Like, you can come down here, man. Now you can be a movie star, man. You know, all that's down here now. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the change of evolution too, man, because initially there was movies getting shot down here and pretty much they would only be shot on Auburn Avenue. I remember being a child and what's the name of that show? The Heat of the Night. The Heat of the Night was a big deal in Atlanta because the Heat of the Night was shot up the street.
yeah.
And so that was not like 10, up in that rim, that's the big deal.
Right.
Because they shoot in Georgia. Now to see years later that they shooting everything in Atlanta, Georgia, like I say, it's a change, man.
It's the Walking Dead down here too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot. And they go back to what you were saying. The reason why they started, big movie studios started shooting down here is because we didn't have a luxury tax.
Yeah, because they
So
tax
they
break.
come down here, yeah, and they can shoot, and that's when all the movies start coming out. We got movie studio. My old mall I used to hang out at, the Shannon Mall.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's a movie studio.
It's a movie studio.
Yeah, it's a
It's
movie
right down there.
So yeah, it's all over now, man.
Yeah. It's a bunch of studios though here. So like, even though people talk about Tyler Perry, you got Shannon, which is I think a Marvel studio.
Okay.
Then if you go to Fayetteville, it's a school that they turned into a studio. Lakewood is if not MGM studio.
Right.
You know, where the Lakewood Amphitheater is. And then they got one on the east side. So they got a bunch of movie studios out here.
How do you feel about the people themselves? Or as you like to call them immigrants. I call them,
They don't
transplants.
They don't want to learn the history, man. So they don't want to learn the history. That's what it is. I'm not talking about you in particular, right? Because you are
Because
asking
he
questions.
trying to start something.
What? Man, I'm just asking questions, brother.
Well, you know, see, the thing is you got movies down here. You got the biggest airport in the world here. And people work for airlines, so they come down here for work. I mean, you know, you got all types of jobs that are down here. But particularly now, the movie industry and the airline industry is the main focus of why people are moving here.
I would say the music industry also.
The music,
I don't agree with the music. I don't like that, but that's what I like.
But are they living here or are they just working?
They moving here.
They living. Because the cost of living is so affordable. As opposed to
like it was
everywhere
just
else.
saying. Yeah, they moving here.
There's a lot of movies and music going on down here right now too. Versus. TIP and
I knew that shit was coming.
Big Snow. And you know, how you feel about that, man?
Shit, I don't feel nothing.
You keep it like that, huh?
Cause shit, we know who the king is.
I've had this discussion with them. So
Who can?
TIP. You did it, Libra.
Man, we gonna watch this one together.
Look at you, man. So at the end of the day, Ralph feels like the snowman is
Big Snow.
is gonna win, and I don't feel like he'll push over, but I don't feel like he's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. I know goddamn Jesus represent Detroit too.
right.
That's all it
Yeah,
is too.
that was-
That's really why we having this argument, man.
Ask your question, brother.
So first of all, this is on camera. I want to say this. This shit has been going on since the nigga Tip said something, and that boy Ralph has had his own views on
I let
everything.
y'all have whatever y'all was gonna say to that. Flex got y'all going. I ain't get y'all going.
No, I didn't say nothing like that. Now not in that group. I definitely didn't say that.
But you know, hey, we gonna find out. Bro. You got any parting words for the people that's gonna see this, Mike?
Oh yeah, man. Follow your boy Chef Flyy, man, with 2 eyes, man. That's it, man. And come support the black-owned business.
Please, hey y'all, understand this man can cook. He ain't playing in that kitchen.
But if y'all follow me though, I sell shirts too, man. I got a brand called Flyy Life. I got those Kaya Height shirts. Y'all can come holler at you about it. It.
That's it.
Like that?
Like that.
What y'all got?
I think T.I. gonna win.
That's it, Mike.
He said what he said.
That's because you look like T.I. before, Mike.
What I say about peace, man? Whatever. They gonna kick me out the group. I ain't worried anyway.
Pretty much. We out, man.
Oh, man.